This is a presentation on technology in education, specifically related to the importance of training teachers to effectively use technology in education. My name is Mark Brickley, and specifically we are Group 1 in EDL 655 at San Diego State. And the partners that joined me in the creation of this project are Nicole Buck, Alejandra Alvarez Maduena, and Alexandra Matil. We are educators in varying in grades and areas of expertise, experience. The one common passion that we share is a passion for technology. I specifically teach high school, and the rest of my peers teach elementary school. So the how might we question we had created for this project is how can we provide effective continuous staff development in order to heighten engagement and develop necessary 21st century skills within our students. And we were very inspired by this specific quote. There can be infinite uses of the computer and of new age technology, but if teachers themselves are not able to bring it into the classroom and make it work, then it fails. So we can have all the technology that we want when it comes to the creation of anything, but if the teachers are unwilling to use it because they're uncomfortable with it, it's not going to pan out in a beneficial manner. And oftentimes the opposite is true. What happens where a teacher will have a bad experience with technology and they do not want to go back to it, and it kind of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that they don't think that they can bring it in, and when they try and it doesn't work, they're more reticent to try new things or new technologies in the classroom. So it's highly important that teachers get trained right away when it comes to the implementation of any one-to-one device or devices in general. Devices actually bring three key things to the classroom, and the first thing is equity. Technology allows for opportunities for students that may not have access to them otherwise. When I started my career, I was working at a high school that was in a very low-income area, and 20% of our students were homeless. I remember watching students walk in with the same Hawaiian shirt every single day, not because that student liked the Hawaiian shirt, but because it was the only shirt that they had. They did not have access, equal access to technology at home, and oftentimes those students are the ones that struggle the most. So providing these technologies to students in one-to-one devices and in classrooms allows students to have a level playing field when it comes to access of their own education through the use of technology. So by bringing in these devices, students actually have equity and are able to do things that they weren't able to do in a traditional classroom without devices, because they don't have access to devices at home, and then they wouldn't have access to those devices in the classroom as well. So by giving them these devices that they can take home and use at home and in class, gives them the same opportunities as their peers. The next thing is student engagement. As a teacher, I very quickly realized I'm never going to be as engaging as their cell phone. And for too long, we have tried to educate past the cell phone and through this, not through the cell phone, but with the cell phone away, with technology away, using a textbook, and students are disengaged. They're not going to learn in that method anymore. The world has changed from the 50s, and it's time that the classroom kind of caught up to that. So technology will allow opportunities for students to learn and connect with their classmates, not only in the class, but at home, on projects, collaborative work. This actual project itself was created without any of us meeting face-to-face. It was all done through the use of technology. The last important thing that the students, or not the last, but the last of the third important things that students will develop is the development of important skills. Computer literacy, the ability to evaluate credibility on using online sources, using Excel, various Google Apps for education, word processing. All of these things are very important as they get into college and into their adult careers. All of those skills. There isn't a single job anymore where they aren't using a computer at some point during their day. And it's important that students get used to this and they develop these skills. So if we're not exposing them to technology, they're not developing the skills related to technology, they will be lost when they get to college, and they will be even more lost when they get into their career. So what do they say? This is based on surveys and interviews and research. This is what the end users, being students and teachers, and experts, being administration specialists and various sources, say about the use of technology in the classroom. Students say that they enjoy lessons that use technology. They feel confident in their technological abilities, and it gives them a sense of comfort. And they believe that technology therefore makes them a better student. Teachers generally consider themselves proficient with technology and value technology and generally agree that it improves both engagement and academic outcomes, but they have expressed the need for improved professional development because they are not entirely comfortable with technology yet. Administration and teacher specialists say that adoption of technology is dependent on past comfort, very similar to what teachers have said, and that more professional development is needed, and that frameworks can help guide teachers and administration. Possible frameworks can be the Triple E framework, as well as the TPACK framework for technology and education. Now, the sources say that providing teachers ongoing training on implementation of technology is critically important. Technology is to be recognized as an instructional tool, and policymakers need to support technology integration in schools for further innovation and learning. So across the board, everybody is calling for a change when it comes to technology in the classroom. This is one important interview question that was asked of students. Do you feel technology helps you become a better student? And overwhelmingly, students said yes. They share their feelings about technology, that they're engaged in lessons that use technology as a medium, and that they believe it makes them better learners. So overall, students want to have technology in their classroom. Teachers had the question, I see value in using technology in the classroom, and 68% of them strongly agreed with that statement. So teachers also want to use technology. They just need to have the tools in terms of training to comfortably implement it into their classroom. Some other roadblocks that they mentioned in implementation was lack of adequate training, poor Wi-Fi, classroom management, and a lack of understanding of digital citizenship. But again, they also agree that it would be beneficial if more professional development were available. Specifically, professional development broken up into skill levels so that they could go at their own pace and with entirely relevant information, smaller groups available during convenient times, and focused on the curriculum that they teach. So what do we need to do in order to see this through? I feel that we need to create and improve professional development. That's very obvious. We need to have an open mindset of the impact of technology in education. Teachers need to be willing to take risks, and administrators need to be understanding of those risks. Professionally, teachers need to innovate, create, critically think, problem solve in terms of the use of technology, and teachers need to be continually supported when it comes to technology implementation. So if those things are met, then we can start moving towards further technology use in education. And that brings us to the end of the presentation. If you have any questions at all, you can find us on Twitter at @Buck_Nicole, at Mark Brickley, at @A Alvarez Maduena, and at @A Matil. Thank you.